let's turn it up. One more round, I'm gonna call your bluff. And by 2 a.m. we'll be a little messed up. So everybody get ready for 3 too many. Welcome back, 3 Too Many fam. My name is Aaron Clapton, and I am here with my 2 best friends, Kari and Brooke. We're so excited to be back on our recording schedule. And yeah, let's go around the room here and get into what's new and what's different.
Yeah,
Kari,
last time we talked, it was like August. So a lot has happened since then. But yeah, I mean, for me, I guess the biggest thing was turning 30, which is pretty big. I obviously celebrated the whole month of November, birthday month. So kicked off the month, I threw myself a 90s, early 2000s themed birthday party here in Bemidji. And that was a lot of fun, dressed up as Avril Lavigne. So we posted a great pic of that moment on the 3 Too Many page for my birthday. Loved that outfit. Love Avril Lavigne. So that was
shout out.
Yeah. And shout out to Brooke, my photographer, of course.
As always.
Yes, we got some really good angles and pics that day.
I heard you guys had a great charcuterie board as well.
Yes, we did. I made a 90s, early 2000s theme board with like ring pops and push-ups. And what else do we have on there? 3D Doritos, which I highly recommend the nacho cheese ones versus the Cool Ranch. So if they're still available.
I forgot about those. Those were good.
What else do we have on them? Gummy worms. Bunch of crunch.
That's my favorite treat from the movie theater besides popcorn. Oh my God. So good.
Bunch of crunch with popcorn. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Kari, I know you had a 30 before 30 list.
Oh yeah.
Is there anything you're carrying over from into before 40?
Yeah, just rolling over 40 before 40. Yeah, there are some things I didn't get to, like learn how to rock climb. Didn't get to that. There are some other things in there. I didn't quite pay down as much debt as I had originally wanted to do by the time I was 30, but I'm on track for debt-free by 33, not including student loans, but other silly debt that I shouldn't have. No balling, y'all.
What's the coolest thing that you did on your list?
The coolest thing? Well, so one of them was to visit 5 new states. And I actually think I exceeded. I think I visited more than 5 states. And so I started this list when I was 25. So I really only had like 5 years to try to do these 30 new things. But I did learn how to make homemade cheese, and that was really fun. Like that was a really cool thing that I dabbled in a little bit, and I should try it again because I still have the little cheese making kit. So Brooke, maybe I can make you some cheese for your new charcuterie business. That's a new thing.
I would love that. Yes. I launched a little side gig called Another Cheese Board Company. And yeah, it's super fun. Thanksgiving was busy just with, like my own holidays and my full-time job and everything. And ramping up for December Christmas orders. I already have the amount of orders that I had for Thanksgiving. So I'm hoping to double my orders for this month. But yeah, it's so much fun and getting a lot of followers on Facebook and Instagram. And it's fun to get new ideas. So that's new. And then I'm also engaged to be married. Yeah, so that happened over Labor Day weekend. Mick and I got engaged at his cabin and just been wedding planning on top of everything else. Getting married next August of 2022. So less than a year, but
So crazy.
I know.
It's
We'll
all
have to do
happened
an
so
episode.
fast.
Yeah,
We'll have
wedding
to do an
planning.
episode. We'll have to do an episode where we get like wedding planning advice and tips from our listeners. That'd be a good one.
Oh, that would be cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, we should ask our listeners, people who have been through it, some advice for you, Brooke.
Yeah, they'll probably be like, don't spend the money, just get eloped or
Freaking elope.
at the house.
Buy a
No,
house
but
instead.
honestly, it's been not very stressful and super fun because I like being organized and staying on top of stuff. So it's been fun for me. I don't know what it'll be like, when the date gets closer, but
For sure. Oh, it's so exciting. Brooklyn.
We're excited.
And I also finished my goddamn basement that I was talking about all season 1.
The listeners will be
finished.
happy to know the basement is
finished.
complete.
The red carpet is gone.
The red carpet's gone. There's gray. The walls are white. I got a TV down there and a bar. And so we're all good.
Ooh,
Good to go.
party at Brooks.
Yeah. Aaron, what's new with your music career?
I feel like I'm getting closer to having a batch of songs to go in to the studio and record. So I'm meeting with some producers actually this week to just talk about that, see if they're the right fit, and then we'll go from there. So it's been a journey this past year of just writing and convincing myself I don't need to be releasing music all the time, but I'm ready to start releasing music again.
Do you have a list of titles for your new album or EP that you're going to record?
I do, but I'm going to keep it on the DL for now because I'm not like 100% sure. There's like a working list of a few, and I just have to narrow it down. Or maybe I'll write some new songs before I go into the studio. We'll see.
Ooh, I'm so excited.
But yeah, Thanksgiving was good for me. It was my first time spending Thanksgiving like at a significant other. So that was definitely a learning curve.
What did you learn?
a big lesson in patience. So
go on.
I just am like the type of person that like I'm very like my way or the highway, and I've had to be like, okay, this is her family holiday, like just got to roll with the punches. So but yeah, it was good. It was a good time. We did a lot in Wisconsin. So
did you drink some spotted cow while you were there?
Oh, too much spotted cow. I'd be good if I don't have another one for a while.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even think it's that good. I don't know why everyone's obsessed with it.
It's so filling. I ate their family meal was awesome. Like they had so much food, and I just overdid it, plain and simple. And like I couldn't even drink. Like I was so full. And then the next day they do a leftovers giving, where like everyone comes over again and eats leftovers and drinks. And I'm like, man, I can't keep up. Those people in Wisconsin really can drink a lot more than us in Minnesota.
Oh, yeah. Did they make macaroni and cheese?
They didn't. And me and Kelsey were talking about that. We were like, I wouldn't be mad if we started making mac and cheese at our family Thanksgivings or Christmases.
Right. I feel like it's a dish that no one really makes that everyone wants. And like I didn't have macaroni and cheese either. And I was like, where the hell is the mac?
Well, I did get macaroni and cheese, and let me tell you. So I also the first time spending a Thanksgiving with a significant other in a decade, very long time since I've done that. But luckily Jack's family is awesome. And his mom is like, literally, she could be like a Michelin star chef. Like she is amazing. She cooked all day. I don't know how she did it, but everything was amazing. And Jack like insists on having mac and cheese. And so she buys like the Velveeta shells and cheese, but only uses like some of the Velveeta sauce, and then throws in like 3 other like gourmet cheeses. and like cooks it up and then bakes it with breadcrumbs on top. And oh
Ooh,
my gosh,
breadcrumbs.
amazing.
I feel like everybody down south, their families always have mac and cheese at every family function. So I think the North could really benefit from that.
Yeah.
That's how it should be.
Mhm.
Bring up them obesity levels. Let's go.
Yeah, as if like we don't already indulge in 10 other different types of heavy foods that day.
Right.
We're lacking
And
in the
all
calories on Thanksgiving.
the noodle salads we have and all that shit. God,
Oh,
I
they
love
did
eating.
they did have this side that I've never had before. It was almost like cornbread, but it was like a casserole with like corn and like this like cornmeal type thing. It was pretty good. It's pretty good. Would eat again.
I don't think I'd like that.
Not a fan of cornbread. Cornbread.
Nah,
I
I
freaking
don't
love
really.
cornbread. Yum,
I don't
especially
need
with
corn,
chili.
so. I like some garlic bread.
Some Texas toast.
Yeah, lots of butter and garlic. Anyway, what else is new? What else have we been doing?
Oh man.
I feel like
I've
done
been
stuff.
back in Minnesota like every other weekend from when did I start going there? End of August to middle of October, which was a lot.
Yeah, your
And
brother got married.
my brother got married. Shout out to Nathan and Kate.
Congrats.
It was a fun wedding weekend for them. And I didn't really realize like there's a lot that goes into a wedding day. And like I never really noticed it till I was like part of the family that somebody was getting married. I've always just kind of gone and taken advantage of the free bar.
Oh my God, can you tell us your experience with, was it Southwest that you
Oh,
flew, you and Kelsey? You were
yeah.
stuck in Minnesota.
Gosh, that was after Nate and Kate's wedding. I feel like we flew Southwest up, and then we thought we were going to be like so efficient, and we got a hotel room in the cities Sunday night because we flew out like early Monday morning at like 8 a.m. and we had a direct flight to Nashville out of Minneapolis. And it was the weekend that Southwest had all the issues, and they started having issues on like Friday or Saturday. So I was like, you know what, by Monday, hopefully they have all their shit figured out. And
they had issues with
not.
the COVID mandate, right?
We don't really know for sure, but that was the rumor going around, was that there were pilots that were like using vacation time before they had to get vaccinated because they weren't going to get vaccinated and they were going to lose their job. And so that was one of the rumors. Southwest blamed it on weather conditions, which was BS because none of the other airlines are having issues. But yeah, we were in the cities early. We woke up, we got the notification that our flight was rescheduled for Tuesday. And Kelsey was like, I've got to work. Like, I can't like not get on a flight. So we just hung out in our hotel room and like kept watching Southwest. And luckily they had another flight for later that night. And so we were like, okay, well, we'll just have a day in Minneapolis. And so we went to the most well-known spot you could go to when you're stuck in the cities, Mall of America.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. So
love it.
We spent the day at MOA and did some shopping, had some drinks at Margaritaville.
Hell yeah.
Sweet.
And so then we were checking Southwest all day again just to make sure our flight was on time, and it was for the most part. And then around like 3:00, it started getting delayed, and we had a connection in Chicago, and that connection, we were going to miss it. So we were like trying to decide what we wanted to do. And she was looking at other airlines, and I was like, like if we get another plane ticket, like who knows if Southwest is going to reimburse us for this, So we decided we're going to go to the MSP and see what they can do. And luckily they had us on stand by for an earlier flight to Chicago where we would have time to get to our connecting flight. So we did that, get to Chicago, and then Chicago, like all hell breaks loose. we were like, we were at one gate and we saw our plane come in. Like it was everything. We're like, yes, we're going to make it. But they had another Nashville flight that was leaving. It was supposed to leave at like 7, but it kept getting delayed till 10:15 or something like that. And our flight was leaving at like 9. So they were like, we don't want, so there was this whole confusion about what flight was leaving out of this gate. There was hysteria, people everywhere freaking out. At one point, there was like 3 different flights at one gate, like waiting for this plane to become theirs. And like, it was just wild. It was a wild experience. It felt like the world was ending, which was kind of fun to be a part of.
I know. I feel like people like go like lose their shit, and like you really see how like crazy people get when like a flight gets delayed or canceled. I mean, it is a frenzy.
It is. Well, in that situation too, like it was just like nobody could get anywhere. Like, and it was just wild. And like there weren't any people that were like too crazy. You know, I feel like people were just like, whatever, like we'll get there when we get there. But yeah, it was fun. It was kind of funny. I enjoyed it.
So when did you get back to Nashville? Monday night or Tuesday?
We got back Tuesday morning at like 1 a.m.
Oh God.
When we were supposed to be here at like 10 a.m. on, wait, what did I say? Monday? Tuesday. We got in 1 a.m. Tuesday morning, and then we were supposed to be there Monday at like 10 a.m. So
wow. Crazy. I just remember your Snapchat videos, like that lady who was on the intercom for Southwest. She was like fucking hilarious, but she had good spirits. So I could never be one of those people.
I would have called out. I would have been like, sorry, y'all deal with this. Like, I'm good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, that has to be like the worst type of customer service job there is. Like airline customer service has to be the worst.
Gosh,
yeah, no fucking way.
It was wild. Like she wasn't even like wearing her Southwest garb. Like she looked like she was like got called in, and she was like on the intercom, and she was like, okay, this is what we're doing. Nashville is going to be leaving out of this gate. Then it's going to be Fort Lauderdale, and then it's going to be Phoenix. And some guy in the gate was like, why? And she's like, I don't know why. That's just what we're gonna do.
Good for her.
At least she was straightforward and she had a plan. That's good.
Yeah, that's right. We were here for it.
Yeah.
Well, the holidays. So we are done with Thanksgiving, but we got Christmas coming up. And Kari took over our Instagram today and asked our listeners some questions. What was the first question you had asked?
So the first question was, tell us like the funniest or craziest memory from the holidays, from like people's past holidays.
Awesome.
I'm excited to hear these.
Yeah. And then we have to tell ours, of course, our craziest memories. But okay, so the first one says, our family passed around a bottle of Mad Dog, in parentheses, a super shitty wine. And then my grandma took the last swig and threw it over her shoulder.
Like the entire bottle?
Yeah. So this was actually my cousin who responded. And my grandma would do this every year. Like we'd buy this bottle of Mad Dog. It's like, I don't know, this big. And she would always take the last swig and then just like throw the bottle over her shoulder. And she doesn't drink, she, whatever, but then she'd get like drunk off of this one swig. It's just hilarious.
You just toss it back. Just no matter what was behind her.
Yeah, just toss it back. I should share, I took a picture side by side. I was her for Halloween one year, and I have a bottle of Mad Dog and one of her as well. I should share that on the page.
Oh, that's cute. Watch out for grandma. She might throw a bottle at you.
Alverna.
I love that.
And then someone else said, one year everyone used knives to open presents and grandma accidentally sat on one all night. Like, I just wonder, like, I hope it was just like a butter knife, not like a steak knife.
Yeah, I wonder what the thought process was it just to like do something different, change it up, like opening presents with your hand were too easy. So,
or maybe they were just taped up too tight. Yeah. Just really get in there.
Or maybe they wanted to save the wrapping paper. People love to do that.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, weird. Mindy always, like, whenever she would like gift us like t-shirts or sweatshirts or something, she would put them in these like tiny little boxes and tape the crap out of them, and it drove us insane trying to open those. We'd always and she wants to keep the boxes, like, obviously, and so me and my brothers, we would always end up ripping them trying to get those things open. And so finally she stopped putting tape on the boxes. But
did you guys ever have family members like try to prank you where it would be like a small gift, but they would wrap it in like 7 different boxes? So you just had to like keep unwrapping. Like it starts out as like a big box and then it turns out to just be like a gift card or something. That's so obnoxious.
This one family game one year we had, it was like a big ball of saran wrap, and you had to you had to wear mittens, and you had to try to unwrap this saran wrap ball. You only had like a minute or something, and every layer you unwrapped, you got like a prize. So like it could be a gift card or like candy or whatever. And I think I won like a $25 gift card or something. That was really fun and a cool idea to play.
Yeah, I've seen like videos of people doing that. I bet that's funny, but also incredibly frustrating.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And then we got another story. And they said, my family indulged in a few too many alcoholic beverages and all burnt themselves trying to take a frozen pizza out of the oven. No one used oven mitts, and we had to drive to the grocery store in a snowstorm to get burn supplies.
Oh my God.
Everyone's just like, here, let me try.
I can do it. Here, I'll use my hands. I can picture it. That's pretty funny.
Oh my God.
Pizza, man. It's the best thing, but it also can be the worst thing.
I know.
Every time I think of frozen pizza, I think of you, Brooke.
Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah, I think of you guys burning my pizza in our apartment because Aaron fell asleep with it in the oven. I'm pretty sure we've told that story before.
Oh yeah, we have.
We had 2 pizzas going, one in the regular oven, one in the toaster oven.
Oh my God.
Just smoke in our apartment. I'm passed out. Aaron's passed out on the couch. All the lights are on. Good times.
No, I just had an incident like that happen this summer too. It was like we had a summer staff party where we like rented pontoons. And so we were just kind of booze cruising on Lake Bemidji all afternoon. And then the pontoon dropped me off downtown, like by Paul and Babe, because there's like public docks there. And it was Mississippi Music Night, which is like music at the waterfront every Wednesday. And I just kept drinking. And then like I got through that. And then everyone was like, we're going to the brewery. And I was like, I got to be done. I had been drinking for hours. So then I just came back to the apartment by myself, and we had bagel bites, and our oven is like, one of the coils is burnt out right now. So we can only use it on the broil setting. So I had put a tray of bagel bites in there on the broil setting, and then like laid down on the couch. And I remember like, I probably laid down for like 2 minutes and then got up to go check on them because I was like drunk and like anxious. I'm like, I don't want to burn them. So I like got up and checked, and they had like barely cooked at all. So I was like, God damn it. It's like taking a long time. So then go back on the couch, sure enough, pass out. I have no idea how much time went by, But then I got up and I was like, oh shit, and like ran to the oven. They were just like, they literally looked like pieces of coal.
Oh.
Like just black. And then like I was still just like too drunk to do anything about it. So I like took them out of the oven and just like dumped them in the sink with the burnt like tray that they were on and just left them there all night. And like Polly came home and she was like, okay. Just leave burnt pizza rolls in the sink. Great.
A logical choice. Could have just left them on the tray, but I gotta put them in the sink.
I think my thought process was like, I think I need to like cool them down with cold water so they don't start on fire or something. So dumb. Anyways, don't drink and make frozen pizza, y'all.
Don't do it. Always order.
Yeah, seriously, leave it to the professionals.
Always order so they ring your doorbell and you wake the fuck up.
Even that doesn't happen sometimes, though.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sometimes you miss that.
Yeah, sometimes you just miss it.
I don't know if I ever did I tell the story of me ordering pizza in Nashville by myself?
No.
On here, but I ordered a pizza from a pizza place here when I got home from the bar one time, and I passed out, did not even hear him knocking on my door, didn't hear any of that. Had like woke up the next day with like 5 missed calls, and I was like, oh fuck, I ordered a pizza last night. And then I opened my door and my pizza is just sitting right next to my door.
Oh my God, I can't believe he left it. I know. Wow, that was nice of him.
I ate that the next morning. So.
Oh yeah, why not?
Hell yeah.
That's funny.
Love it.
All right, you two. Well, what are your funniest or craziest holiday memories you have? Brooke?
I don't really have anything that comes to mind from the past, but last Christmas Eve was just super fun with Mick's family. They have this like big extravagant Christmas party every year, Christmas Eve, and have all their family, and they do like fun gift exchange, like one of those things where you roll the dice or whatever and you have to pick a present, and it's usually liquor. But it can be like gay gifts or whatever. So his uncle is pretty conservative or not conservative, liberal. And one of the cousins bought like Trump t-shirts and stuff. And of course, the gift that his uncle ended up with were these 2XL Trump t-shirts. And it was wrapped in Trump wrapping paper, and just like,
oh my God,
his facial expression was just so fucking hilarious.
Trump wrapping paper.
And of course no one else wanted the gift, so he didn't get stolen from him. But it's so funny when
that is funny.
You can take a joke.
How about you, Aaron?
So my favorite memory from the holidays is so we used to have a yellow lab named Tucker. Kari knows Tucker a little bit. He was a little psychotic.
Yeah, I always thought he was going to try to eat me. I was terrified of Tucker.
Oh my God.
Every time I would go to Aaron's house, like you would approach the door and he would just start barking like he was going to attack you. It scared the shit out of me. Anyways,
he was a shithead. And we used to go up to my grandma and grandpa's in Grand Rapids every year for Christmas. One year we get up there, my mom lets Tucker out of his kennel and he's running around and everything. And my mom opens the back gate to her car, and she made these date cookies for my grandpa. And the date cookies fell out, the tin opened up all over the ground, and Tucker ate like 90% of these date cookies that my mom like worked so hard to bake. And she was so mad. And so we get all that cleaned up and everything brought inside, and my grandpa made sarmas, which are like sausage rice wrapped in cabbage and you bake them all day or whatever. And for some reason, he decided he was going to put them out on his deck to cool them off. And I don't know how many he had. He had maybe had like 12 of these sarmas. And Tucker was still outside running around, made his way up to the deck, and also ate a bunch of sarmas that my grandpa spent all day cooking. Oh, he was literally in the doghouse.
Tucker stole Christmas.
He did.
God.
That's my favorite Christmas memory.
He had a good Christmas though. Holy shit.
He sure did.
Did he get sick?
No, that dog could eat anything.
Iron stomach.
Honestly.
That's amazing. Well, this is like, you guys are going to laugh because you know my mom. This is like classic Jody. So one of the last years we spent at my grandma and grandpa's in Wright. This was like, I was still in college, I think. But my grandma bought, I don't know why we thought this was cool. I'm sure they just saw it somewhere and were like, let's get that. But like my grandma, I think it was my grandma, bought all of us like adult grandkids. Again, I'm the youngest of all my grandkids. I was in college. She bought us all like an old school toboggan, like just one to like sled down her driveway. Cause like it wasn't super steep, but their driveway like went downhill out in the middle of nowhere. And so like in the wintertime, like and when we were younger too, like we would sled down their driveway at Christmas. And so we were like, okay, well, let's go take turns on the toboggan. So we all went outside. But then like we decided like everyone wanted to sled on different things. So like one person was like, oh, I'm just going to use this giant piece of cardboard and sled down the hill on that. And we were just like experimenting with different ways to go down the hill. And then my mother grabbed my grandma's like giant, she calls it the potato sausage bowl, because it's like a giant mixing bowl. And it's made of like, I don't know, metal, some kind of like really light metal. I don't know, tin maybe. Anyways, aluminum. So it's this giant mixing bowl. She's like, I'm going to ride this down the hill. So she puts her butt in this bowl and she's trying to get down the hill. And she's like spinning around, you know, because it's round and just having the time of her life. And then she gets to the bottom of the hill and my mom like dented, obviously, because she sat in it. So there's like this giant dent in my grandma's like potato sausage mixing bowl. And like to this day, my mom still has that mixing bowl that we use every year that has the dent from her ass in it. But then like the next day, my mom woke up and like couldn't see straight, super dizzy, like could hardly walk down the hall. And it lasted for like 2 days. And she was like, what is wrong with me? Like she was just so like dizzy and like spinny from like going down the hill in grandma's potato sausage bowl. So she actually like went to the doctor to get checked out. And the doctor was like, you have vertigo. And she was like, I have what? And he's like, yeah, it's like when like if you're older and you're like spinning around and all this stuff, like your brain and your senses like get all out of whack. So like you literally are just dizzy. And I think she was dizzy for like a week. Like she had to stay home from work. Like,
oh, wow.
Just all because she needed to sled down the hill in a potato sausage bowl.
That's great.
I would never wish vertigo on anyone. It is the absolute worst. Like I get it like once a month, probably.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Just randomly?
Yeah, like I can tell when it's coming on and I have to like pop what is it called? I have it right here, a Dramamine. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I didn't know that. You just randomly get vertigo.
Yeah. And it's like, you can get it from shit. Like sometimes I'll be walking on my treadmill and I'll be looking at my phone. And if I'm getting like, I don't know.
It just messes you up.
just messes me up. Or if I'm really stressed out, sometimes it just comes on. Yeah, it's bad.
Oh man.
Do you get car sick, Brooke?
Yeah. I have to usually sit in the front seat. And then if I am in the back seat, I have to like see where we're driving. I just need to like know where we're going. Because if we like go take
like
a turn
suddenly.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. My brain, my crystals.
So then we asked our listeners.
Is Polly laughing in the back?
Yeah, but not because she can hear you, because she's watching something funny on TV.
Right. Yeah.
But it's like she's joining in.
Hey, Polly.
So we did 2 polls on the page today. So I wanted to know where people landed on whether they go big or have a low or are kind of low key for the holidays. Cause I feel like people are really like of 2 extremes. Like people are either like, yep, my family is super into it. Like go big, love the holidays, love Christmas music. And then like, or people are like, no, I mean, I might see family or I do this and that, but like holidays aren't really a big deal. So according to the poll of our listeners, most people said that they do go big for the holidays. So
that checks out.
Yeah.
I feel like go big for the holidays.
I feel like we are like a happy medium between there. My family is, at least. There's some years where we go bigger than others, but most of the time it's like right down the middle.
Yeah, for sure. And then I had New Year's Eve on the brain because I'm so excited. I love New Year's Eve so much. But I asked if people are more into going out on New Year's Eve or staying in. And most people said that they stay in on New Year's Eve now. I bet that really depends on how old you are.
Oh, definitely.
I would never, ever go out on New Year's Eve ever again in my life.
I know.
Like to pay for a lift if you're like in the cities and like all the lines and paying, $8 to get a glass of champagne. Like, no way. Fuck that. I'm not doing that. I'll buy a bottle of champagne for $8 at the liquor store.
Literally the last time I like went out to like a big New Year's Eve party was when we still lived in the cities. And it was like my brother was randomly in town and he was like, I want to go out. And I was like, okay, well, we can go to Minneapolis. It's when I was still living in St. Paul. And we like picked a spot like downtown on Hennepin. I can't remember which bar it was, probably Union or something. And it was like $50 cover charge. And then like, it was like, you dress code. So like we had to be dressed up, and I fucking hate dressing up, but I did it. So I like bought a dress from Express and like put makeup on, and I was wearing heels. And then it's like we pre-gamed a lot because we knew drinks were going to be expensive. So by the time we got there, I was already like freaking hammered. And I was there for like maybe 20 minutes. And then we were going, because like the bar had multiple levels, and we were going downstairs to like check out a different floor. And I slipped and like fell down the stairs. And my brother was like, you need to go home. Like, you're done for the night. I was like, okay. So then my friend just like put me in an Uber and I went home. And that was the last time I went out on New Year's Eve years ago.
My favorite New Year's Eves have always been at like house parties with like a small group of friends, and you just get all really drunk together, and that's it.
Yeah. Nowadays I prefer, like, the past couple of years we've just like invited people over to the apartment in Bemidji, and like we'll go down to Bridget's like at midnight because they do a champagne toast, but then it's like we come back upstairs and just keep partying or pass out or do whatever. But yeah, it's fun to just have people over. I like to do fondue now. I love having fondue night on New Year's Eve.
Mm-hmm. Last year my New Year's sucked because my friends were having a party, and then my roommate had to get COVID.
Oh no!
Family Christmas. And so I couldn't get a test in time. And so they were like, you can't come over. We don't want to risk it. And I was like,
God.
cool. So I had a bottle of champagne and celebrated New Year's by myself.
Oh man. The
Not
COVID New Year's.
Not this year. Not gonna happen.
My goal every year is to try to stay up till midnight, and that I haven't been able to do that, I don't think, for a while. I don't even bring in the New Year. I'm like, peace, I'm wasted. I've been drinking all day.
Yeah.
I need to like pace myself.
I will say I
engaged, Brooke. That's what happens when you get engaged.
Yeah. You're an old woman now.
I'm an old hag.
Old hag.
My ball and chain.
I like New Year's Day though. Like I like having just like nothing to do and like definitely hair the dog and like maybe do some day drinking mildly just to recover and just get ready for the new year. It's great. Love New Year's Day.
I do, yeah. Usually have more fun on New Year's Day than New Year's Eve, for sure. And New Year's Day, I'm looking at the calendar right now, is on Saturday. So that'll be fun.
Yeah.
That will be.
Be hungover on Sunday and don't have to go to work on Monday. That's the fucking worst when New Year's Day is on a work week.
Mm-hmm. It's like in the middle of the week.
Yeah.
It sucks.
Yeah, can't wait for the holidays.
Holidays
coming. Can you believe it's going to be 2022?
No.
I don't know about you, but I'm feeling 2022.
Ooh.
Taylor's version. Did you listen to her new All Too Well song, Aaron?
Of course.
And then did you immediately start Googling like Jake Gyllenhaal and the whole saga? Because I did.
No, I did deep dive on her dating history though, which was very interesting.
She's dated a lot of hotties.
Which makes sense. She's hot.
Yeah. What do you think her next album's gonna be, Aaron, that she's gonna release?
What genre?
Well, yeah. My odds are better if I go with country, so I'll go with country.
Yeah.
I've been watching all these TikToks on like all these people who have all these crazy theories that stalk her Instagram and look for all these Easter eggs. I don't know how people have fucking time, but I'm glad
I don't either.
But there's this girl who took a screenshot of, I think it was the video The Man from her that song was on Lover,
yeah.
And it was a screenshot of Taylor Swift dressed up as a man looking at this wall, and it had all of her albums names on it, and the girl's like explaining that it's a clock of when she's gonna re-release all of her albums and when she's gonna come out with a new one. It was so interesting. I was like, damn girl, you really thought about this, because
yeah,
think of that.
And like for Taylor to put that much thought into things,
right,
like and knowing that her fans are psycho and like are looking for stuff like that and will like piece it together.
Yeah, like a crossword or like a scavenger hunt thing for her new album Red, and these people just like got all the letters and they were figuring out all the tracks to all the songs, and I'm like, how do you even fucking have time for this? And why do you care so much?
These people need to go to the FBI, go start a new job, update their resume.
Honest, yeah. Aaron, you got to come up with some games for your fans to play for your new album.
I won't come up with some drinking games.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Yeah, should we talk about what we can expect for our new season?
Oh yeah.
What are you guys most excited about?
Our guests.
Another club, airplane, club.
Bus, no sleep, no food.
Every Wednesday.
Just like Lady Gaga.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Kari.
I think we're going to have some really interesting guests like we did last season. but just like a broad spectrum. Like I think we're going to touch on a lot of different topics, which we like to do. We don't like to be chained down to one topic. And I think our guests are going to be really interesting.
Yeah, we're going to have a variety of different guests, a variety of different age ranges, a variety of different topics. I'm so excited. It's going to be so much fun. And I'm excited to bring new people onto our podcast and introduce them to you guys.
Yeah. I'm excited to like hear stories from listeners and like get them involved as much as we can with our podcast, because I think that'll be fun.
Yeah, you guys, if you see us posting questions on our stories, please respond. We want to hear from you, and we'll definitely give you a shout out every episode.
Yeah, and people can email us anytime. We have a Gmail account. It's just 3too-many-pod, all written out, at gmail.com. So send us a note and we'll give you a shout out.
Give us a shout out.
Shouts out.
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to the 3 Too Many podcast. We are so excited for season 2, and we will talk to you next week. Make sure to follow us on Instagram. You can listen to all of our podcasts on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and if you don't like any of those, we have a YouTube channel as well. So check us out there. See ya.
Bye. Bye.